Welcome to Age of Glory. Today, we revisit the pivotal moments leading up to the Battle of Waterloo. After escaping exile on Elba in March 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte's dramatic return to France sent shockwaves through all of Europe. Can you describe the immediate response from the European powers to Napoleon's resurgence?
Absolutely. Napoleon's comeback sparked widespread alarm, prompting the formation of the Seventh Coalition. Britain, Prussia, Austria, and Russia quickly mobilized, fearing another wave of Napoleonic dominance. Their goal was clear: unite before Napoleon could pick them off individually, which set the stage for an urgent military campaign.
Napoleon, ever the strategist, sought to act quickly. He moved his forces into Belgium, hoping to defeat the British and Prussian armies separately before they could coordinate. How did this approach shape the opening moves of the campaign?
Napoleon's plan hinged on speed and surprise. By advancing into Belgium, he aimed to exploit gaps between Wellington's Anglo-Allied forces and Blücher's Prussians. This maneuver forced both commanders to make rapid decisions under pressure, setting in motion the chain of events that would culminate at Waterloo.
Let's talk about the major figures at Waterloo. Napoleon Bonaparte is often described as a military genius, but he faced formidable opponents in the Duke of Wellington and Field Marshal Blücher. How did their leadership styles differ, and what impact did that have on the battle's dynamics?
Napoleon was renowned for his bold tactics and willingness to take risks, often reshaping battlefields with swift, decisive movements. In contrast, Wellington excelled at defensive strategy. His meticulous planning and use of terrain often neutralized enemy advantages. Blücher, though older, brought relentless energy and a refusal to back down, which proved crucial when morale was tested.
Marshal Ney, Napoleon's trusted but sometimes impulsive cavalry commander, also played a significant role. What was his contribution, and did his decisions affect the outcome?
Marshal Ney's leadership was marked by courage, but at Waterloo, his massive cavalry charges were launched without sufficient infantry or artillery support. This lack of coordination made those attacks ultimately ineffective, demonstrating how even the bravest actions can falter without proper planning.
Turning to the confrontation itself on June 18, 1815, the battlefield near Waterloo was rain-soaked and muddy. Napoleon's 73, 0 men faced Wellington's 68, 0-strong coalition. What were the key moments that shifted the momentum?
One pivotal moment was Ney's unsupported cavalry charge, dramatic, but ultimately unable to break Wellington's defensive lines. The capture of La Haye-Sainte was significant, but insufficient to secure victory. The real turning point came when Blücher's Prussian reinforcements arrived late in the afternoon, striking Napoleon's right flank and tipping the scales.
Napoleon then committed his legendary Old Guard, veterans with a fearsome reputation. What happened when they entered the fray?
For the first time in history, the Old Guard was repulsed. Their advance was met with withering fire, and the myth of their invincibility was shattered. This moment signaled to both armies that the French position was untenable, hastening the collapse of Napoleon's forces.
With the French army in retreat, more than 25, 0 French casualties, and thousands captured, the Allies emerged victorious. What happened in the immediate aftermath of Waterloo, and how did it shape Europe's future?
That evening, Wellington and Blücher met to confirm their victory. Napoleon abdicated just 4 days later and was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena, where he would die in 1821. The battle ended both his rule and the Napoleonic Wars, paving the way for the restoration of European monarchies and a new balance of power.
Many historians argue that Waterloo wasn't just a military turning point, but a moment that altered the trajectory of European history. Would you agree with that assessment?
Absolutely. Waterloo demonstrated that even the most brilliant commanders can be overcome by the right combination of timing, terrain, and resilience. It also solidified Wellington's status as a military hero and continues to be studied as a classic example of coalition warfare and leadership under pressure. Thanks for listening to Age of Glory. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed this journey into the past.